if we are paying careful attention to what President Ramaphosa said on his inauguration speech for his second term, that he is trying slightly to blame it on the vote, what the South Africans have voted, in terms of what led to the alliance. So he's blaming it. This is what the South Africans have voted. Hello, I am Mahlet Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest from the continent. I was listening this, speech of Ramaphosa on his second term inauguration, and there is this sense of or tone in his speech, in the words that the fact that ANC has allied with these parties like DA, FF+, PA, PAC, all those, but two of them definitely known to be, the white supremacists. That is what the South Africa voted. That's what he's trying to tell us. I mean, listen to this speech, and we will discuss it. I will share my view on this one.
As we enter another era in the life of our nation, the resilience of our democracy has once more been tested, and the people have spoken loudly that they choose peace and democracy over conflict, violence, undemocratic and unconstitutional methods. In their multitudes, in their voices that are many and diverse, the people of South Africa have voted and have made known their wishes, their concerns, and their aspirations. We accept and respect the results of the elections, and once again we say, yes, the people of South Africa have spoken, and we accept. Their will shall be done without any doubt or any question. The voters of South Africa did not give any single political party the full mandate to govern our country alone. They have directed us to work together to address their plight and realize their aspirations. They have expressed their appreciation of the progress in many areas of their lives over the past 30 years of democracy. They have also been unequivocal in expressing their disappointment and disapproval of our performance in some of the areas in which we have failed them. They want a transformed, growing, and inclusive economy that creates jobs for millions of job seekers and offer business opportunities to entrepreneurs in our nation, women, men, young and old. The people have been clear about what they want. They want a South Africa in which all may find shelter in our democratic constitution and may find protection in our courts. They have described a country in which all may rise above the circumstances of their birth, nurtured by loving families, aided by a caring state, and empowered by initiative.
So he's saying, if you have followed, the people of South Africa did not give any single mandate for any single party. So that means that purposely they have given us this voice for MKs, this for NNCs, this for DAs, and that's why we have to unite. That is a justification. And he also said that, they chose conflict above they chose peace above conflict to show that, even if we have conflict with a conflict of interest with the DA, but because this is what South Africa have voted, so we have to work towards a peace. But first of all, it's not about peace and conflict. So for me, those are the highlights. First of all, let's just unpack it. What happened in the vote is that the 20% of ANC vote has been lost from last time. They got only 40%, but that 20%, around 20%, is given to MK. It's not DA. DA has 5 years ago, it has the same percent, around 21, 22. And MK is the new one, the new coming in party. So that's where the vote went, because ANC has failed them. They wanted more radical one, not like Malema, but also the one like MK, who advocates for the return of their lands. That's where the vote went. This is a new party, and it being new, it has got a good amount of vote, exactly the same amount what ANC has lost, around 20%, and this is what MK get, around 20%. The DA has the same percent of vote it has maintained before 5 years, and now the same thing. So instead of, now to translate, the vote of South Africans is really leading you, is the one that led you to unite with others. It's better, in fact, what the South African has voted is that you are not working enough, so we're going to give some of it to MK, who is advocating really for land reforms, that to return the land and amongst other things. So you should have united. ANC has united, okay, this is where the lost people have gone, the lost votes from us has gone to, so let's unite with them, so that in the next, after 5 years, we can secure again the majority vote that we had before. That's how it should have been rectified, by not, because you have your own personal vendetta between Jacob Zuma of MK and then Ramaphosa of ANC, you have jeopardized or compromised power by allying with your sponsors. Now you bring them to power, and you are, you are completely going on a different direction that what the South African have voted. The way you have, or the ANC has rectified it, is that by working with parties like MK. This is, of course, my view, but by parties like MK, and it could be also with EFF, and those, who are really working to advance the interests of the South Africans, the ones who are oppressed, those, the minorities, the ones that you are allied with. I mean, they don't have economically any problem, by the way. I mean, no problem. They just want to maintain their supremacy, without being questioned, and not to bring it to power. That's what they wanted, and that's what ANC has given them. Now, for Ramaphosa to make that speech and slightly to try to blame it on the South Africans is completely not only ignorance will be an understatement, that is arrogance at its best. Now, speaking of arrogance, let me show you this video, how one of the DA party said during an interview. This is before the election, and now the way he speak, what he did, just imagine them, what will they do when they have power, okay?
but can't you understand that we have our own history, our own culture, our own language, our own religion?
From your perspective, Mr. Fisachi.
No.
And it's a very narrow perspective. That's the most unfortunate part of this.
It's not a perspective, it's a real fact.
Do you care about the starving millions of African people in this country?
Do you
care about the farm workers who are being oppressed in this country? Do you care about the fact...
Don't interrupt me. I've finished. Thank you. Bye. Take where to sit. Bye.
Okay.
And you won't dare.
Mr. Visachi,
You won't dare interrupting me once more. Take away this man.
Thank you very much. Touch me, and you'll be in trouble. Touch me on my studio.
You touched me.
Touch me on my studio. Touch me on my studio.
You touched me.
And
take away his arm.
Touch me on my studio.
Take away his arm from me.
Touch me on my studio. Touch me on my studio.
I touch you on your studio.
Touch me on my studio.
I touch you on your studio.
You don't do that.
Don't touch him.
Wait. Let's just go out.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I am not finished with you.
Mr. Visachi, stop threatening this woman, Mr. Visachi. I'm telling you, stop it now. Would you stop it now, Mr. Visachi?
I won't stop it. You try to stop me.
Mr. Visachi, why are you threatening this poor woman? What has she done to you? She's expressing her views.
She's talking about the capitalist whites. Why do you think then she is poor?
Sorry. Call security for me, please. Immediately.
Well, I will leave it to you. You have seen how he, as the man is from DA, and you have seen how he's acted in arrogance, okay? And imagine that when they get poor, when they get power, how they will be. And it seems that, you cannot blame it on the South Africans. The South Africans have spoken, and they want you to work really for their best interest. And ANC has failed that. When in the failure of that, they have voted for other party, but not really DA. Let us know in the comment section, what do you think of this? Yeah.